Hey guys and girls, welcome back to another beautiful video on this beautiful channel, on this beautiful day. How you guys and girls doing? Hope you're doing great as always. Please check out the description box for all the nice links. Also drop a like, subscribe if you like the content. Also think about joining the Discord. Here we are. We made our little balls objects, and if we just run this quick, just to kind of recap, we're spawning a bunch of balls with different sizes and colors, and we're supposed to be able to grab these and then become bigger ourselves. So that's pretty much how that's going to go. And then I'm going to try to spawn some object that hurts us. So we're going to have some kind of HP. It's going to be more like a game. So let's get started without further ado. First of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to slow down the player. I'm going to set the movement speed to 5. Just so it's not that fast. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to player.h and we're going to increase the amount of variables we have. So we're going to add a few of them here. First of all, I'm going to do an int HP and an int HP max. Very simple. Very, very simple. Now I'm going to put them down here below the movement speed just to keep some kind of order consistency. Good. Go into your player CPP, init variables. This HP max equals, let's just have 10. 10 HP is good. This HP equals HP max. Very nice, very good. If you want to set the HP from the player itself here, then you might want to initialize those values here or send in another value into init variables. But I'm going to just keep it at 10. You don't need to do that, but just so you have an idea. The swag balls themselves are just colors, just all that stuff. Now the thing we're doing is we're actually doing this whole random position right here, and we're doing minus the width. So some of these balls are coming out, you know, outside of the screen, and some of those are coming outside here. So what I want to do is I want to make sure we go from 0 to the size of the window, and then make a little check here later. All right, I'm just thinking out loud. All right, we'll save that for a little later. Let's just go ahead in here and fix how the collision is going to work. And I thought I'd do the collision here. So we're spawning and we're updating. We're updating the player, spawning the balls, and then we're going to do a update collision thing here. Since we're going to have all the balls and the players in the same the same place in the game class, we're going to do everything here. I'm going to put that under here, update void update collision. Simple. Define that function for us. Good. Right here. And all this function is going to do is going to check for the collision between a player and the balls, and then we're going to remove the balls from this array that we have, this vector. So first step is going to be to check the collision. And to do that in SFML, what you do is you create an if statement. Obviously, right? Mostly this stuff is done in if statements. So we're going to do this, and we're going to get the player. So obviously the player is going to collide with the swag balls. And before we do that, we need to go through all the swag balls. Swag balls.size. So now we're iterating through the entire swag balls array, the vector. And we're going to check each and every one for a collision with the player. Okay? And we have to do that because there are always several balls, but just one player. Player.getGlobal player. Let's see. So now what we have to do is we need to make a function in player. I didn't think about that. I should have done that. You have your player, you have your shape. We're going to create a little function here called, right here, called Boolean. Let's do a const bool check collision. Very simple. And then we're going to do a little shape here. Let's see. Or you know what is even better? Just so you can see the code. You don't have to include everything. Let's get the shape here. So SF rectangle shape const. That's better. Like that. Define that. And what this is going to do is a very simple function. It's going to return the shape of the player. Easy. Very easy. Now we can do the whole thing. Now we have to do the same thing in balls here. Let's do a const SF circle shape get shape const, and these are const because we're not going to have to change these later. Once that's done, define that, go there. Okay, return this shape. So what I did was I created these functions in player and swag balls. I went into the CPP files of both and I defined these to just return their shapes, and now we can access them here and check collision. So get shape dot get global bounds dot intersects. Contains is for positions, points. Intersects is to check two objects if they're within each other, if they're intersecting, right? So we're doing this long thing here, but it's very good, right? It's good to have this kind of, so because you can see what's going on. You're getting the shape, you're getting the bounds of it. It's just 4 points around the object. And then we're just checking that for an intersect with another object. Or another float rect, which this is. So it's just a rectangle. Imagine a rectangle of 4 points. And we're going to check if that intersects with this swag balls dot, let's see. No, why is that not working? There we go. At position I, get shape dot get global bounds. So you're going to have to write the whole thing out because you're going to have to compare two global bounds to check if they're intersecting. So basically that's how that works. But if this does work, then we can remove the swag balls. Okay, we can go ahead and erase it, and we can probably give some points to the player, make the player bigger, whatever we want to do. We'll get to that eventually, but first of all we're going to focus on deleting it. So this swag balls dot erase, that's how you erase something. This swag balls dot, it's very simple, begin plus I. So I'm just explain what the hell's going on here. If you watch my other series, we use this a lot. Basically, this is how you erase an element from a vector, and that's using an iterator. So begin is an iterator, basically a little pointer type thing that keeps track of these, where you are in this whole array. So you can kind of iterate through the array using these. Begin is obviously the first element. I is how many iterations we've done in the for loop. So if we're on the first one, it's going to be 0. Begin plus 0 is obviously the first element, so we're going to really erase the first element, and then plus 1, erase begin plus 1, and so on and so on. That's how this function works. That's why you have to do this. If it were for me, I'd have some other kind of thing. Usually when we make our own container classes, we do it in a more simple way. But anyway, that's how we do it. Running this, obviously we'll do nothing since I haven't called it here yet. But let's just see if we get any errors. Nope. All right, let's call it here. Player update this update collision. Very nice. And let's just see if they get erased. So now they're being erased as soon as I touch them. You're not getting any crashes. There are new ones spawning as soon as we're touching them. And yeah, no big deal, right? And that's pretty much what we want to do. Very nice, very nice. Player needs a few more things. Int points is something that's very important because we want to gain points as we level up. We have to set that to 0 here in the init variables function. Simple as that. So the next step will be to display the text and some kind of a health bar for the player. And that we're going to probably do in the next video. Until then, hopefully you learned something. Hopefully it's been going well. If you have any questions, drop them down in the description or the comment box, comment section. Go ahead and send me your demos if you want. if you want me to check him out, see what you're doing, and just give you feedback on that. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the support. Take care. Check out all the links as well. And I'll see you guys and girls in the next one, all right? Bye-bye.